Can you tell me what's one animal you saw that you thought, whoa, that's really neat?
Elephants. The elephants that they had a big family.
Chimpanzee, because I heard chimpanzee is very smart. It was really surprising that it sits and eat it with their hands.
The red panda was especially so cute. Yeah, it was like eating bamboo, remember?
Oh yeah. We also saw the lion. It is not endangered, but we just stopped to just look at the lion and the goat.
My name is Miss J, and I do the Junior Ranger programs. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we do for Junior Ranger Grade 2. We're kind of focusing on animals and their importance to the environment and their importance to culture and their importance to us and why we need to protect them. In order to bring that to life and to make students bring those animals to life for them, I thought that them seeing them face to face would be much better than just kind of learning about them on a piece of paper or watching a video about them. It would be more impactful for them to see those animals up close. The Seoul Zoo does work with protecting endangered species and endangered species in Korea. It was great to see how excited they were to see those animals so up close.
Endangered means animals that it's an animal who, if it gets killed, it's risked by killed. We'll never there are a few more, but we're never gonna see them again. It might be one of your favorite animals, and that would be sad. And zookeepers bring endangered species to grow them up and get them strong.
We could do charity work for the animals so they could get more shelter and food and space. And we could also tell people so the people can help more about the animals. We could also plant more trees for the animals to their houses, the animals' houses.
So I started looking at the applied learning standards that we have, and then I looked at the different badges that we offer through the Junior Ranger program. I came up with the essential questions that I wanted to answer for each badge that addressed the standard that we wanted them to focus on. So the first badge was observation. So they're going to observe the animals face to face, they will get to see them. And then they will eventually learn to take action, which is raising awareness about the fact that some of these animals are endangered and need our protection. And then they'll get their linking badge, which is the link between animals and us as people, our culture, and that kind of thing. Their next activity will be then taking some sort of action, bringing some sort of awareness. So whether that's through a poster they make or a skit they want to do, however they feel that they can bring awareness to the specific animal that they're focused on, that will be their next activity. And then the following one, because they do 3 Junior Ranger activities a year, will be looking at the importance that animals play in our culture.
In the future, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the information text about the endangered animal. It's showing elephants and gorillas, why is it endangered and how many are there left in the world. Guards protect them because they're people are hunting for their horns.
We want to learn about them because we want to help, and we also want to make sure they don't get extinct.
They're doing that inquiry. They're getting to ask the questions. They're getting to really explore outside what they would normally be able to do in the classroom.
My name is Derek Marshall, and I am the 5th grade homeroom teacher here at KIS Seoul campus. With our Global Impact Unit, we wanted to focus on students getting a deeper understanding of how human behavior affects the world around them.
So global impact is there's these world issues like water scarcity or like hunger and those kinds of stuff. And the impact part of the global impact is like what you can do to help solve those problems, like conserving if it's like water scarcity, for example.
So the book we're reading is A Long Walk to Water. There's two characters, Salva and Naya. The lesson we're talking about is mostly about Naya, how she has to walk every day to get water. And she has to go twice a day for 8 hours. And she can't even filter or boil the water when eating. And she can't have a drink when she goes there.
Through the lens of water scarcity, students were able to look at some of the reasons for water scarcity, how that is affected by human activity, also the effects that it has on communities, and then lastly, what are some innovative solutions to water scarcity. When we think about the design process, one of the really important steps is for students to empathize with the problem and those who are affected by the problem. So we used A Long Walk to Water as a tool for students to understand the experience of somebody going through water scarcity and having to deal with water scarcity every day. As they built up empathy for the character, the main character in the story, it really helped them build their passion for wanting to understand the global issue, get a deeper understanding of the causes and effects, but more importantly, trying to find a solution to that global issue. And we took that a step further.
So the activity was we grabbed buckets and measuring cups to measure how much water we got. A few groups got like 10 liters to 15 liters to 8 liters of water. Then we had to carry the buckets back to the school, and then we had to do some chores like cleaning, washing clothes, and cooking rice.
I mean, even going to the stream without a bucket was really hard.
The walk back was much more challenging than the way down to the stream, because now we had to go up with water in our hands, and it was like so much weight. Some people like started helping each other if they got up the stairs, then some people would go back down the stairs to help the other groups who had like some challenges.
Then it started to happen when some groups like ran out of water. Maybe they spilled the water, maybe the water wasn't sufficient. They had to ask people with a lot of water to get those water for all those needs.
The world is becoming more globalized, so we are all interconnected together. And as we prepare students for the future and the present, they really need to have that understanding of how connected we are, but more importantly, what our responsibilities are to issues that affect our community that's close to us, but also communities that are far away. We really need to eliminate that barrier of, well, it's happening over there, therefore it's not my problem. As we are all connected, another person's problem is our own problem, whether we see it directly or indirectly. And with this unit, the big goal for this one is for students to have that reflection of, well, how do my actions, big or small, contribute or try to solve larger issues that are happening either in our community or farther away.
It made me realize that water, it's not just like you can just turn the tap back on and off. For some people, they have to walk a very long time to get that one source of water, and that made me think that I should use less water. So we have all the water we need and we have easy access to it, but people around the world don't have the same access to water as we do.
So after when I read the book, I was kind of like, maybe it could just be for the people. Maybe we can just make a small difference and just problem solve. I just thought like that on the first time, but after I had the walk, it was I realized it was really hard, and just to do those 3 daily chores it would take a lot of strength and and cleverness. Maybe it kind of like makes people take water for less granted, because in the city it's developed, it has the systems, so it's easy to take it for granted because it can be pretty easy to access. But like if you have to get your water from like a stream, you know that it's not easy to access, and then it makes you think like, oh, I realized something. This water, I can't take it for granted. It's actually super valuable.
There can be that sense of these problems are too big. They're too big for me to change. How can I change things at an individual level, or even as like a 5th grade student? Like those problems are too big. But I think that's why it's important to look at the innovative solutions that are going on, because some of those solutions are very simple solutions that are very practical. And I think that's where we can really seek out opportunities to really believe in ourselves as change agents. That it doesn't need to be these large, grandiose changes. It can be small changes in our behavior. And, through this particular unit, I think that one of the things that we've really tried to emphasize is what are the small daily habits that we have that can be changed or altered in some way to make the change that we want to see.